So let's do something called dimensional analysis. You will do this in a science class usually, physics or chemistry or biology. You may also hear this as conversions. So we do conversions all the time in everyday life. You would say these are things that are equivalent. You could say a dozen eggs, or you have 12 eggs. 1 foot is the same as 12 inches, if you think about that unit of measurement. 60 minutes is the same as 1 hour. So mathematically, we're always allowed to multiply an expression by number 1. But we can pick a convenient number 1, right? We're going to think of a special way to write the number 1 and multiply each step by a clever way to express number 1. Okay, so we're going to do a silly example, and this is on purpose. We're picking a silly example so you don't get overwhelmed with the units. I picked an example where you have no idea what this bartering system is. We have a civilization with the following barter system. We're going to do these conversions. So apparently, if someone has a cat, they can trade that for 6 frogs. 1 cow can be traded for 4 pigs. 4 sheep is the same as 3 pigs. 2 dogs is the same value as 3 cats. 1 horse and 2 cows are worth the same. And 4 pigs and 5 dogs are worth the same. So we're going to think about this, like I said, as a number 1. These two things are equal. So let's just look at this. 1 cat is equal to 6 frogs. So if you're going to multiply by the number 1, 1 cat and 6 frogs would be like multiplying by exactly the same thing. Or you could say 6 frogs divided by 1 cat. Since these are equivalent, it's the same as multiplying by the number 1. So that's the premise of this. First example, how many pigs can you buy with 45 dogs? So we're always going to start with the piece that we're given. With 45 dogs, that's where we're going to start. So we're going to rewrite that over here. We're going to say 45 dogs. Okay, and we're really going to do multiplication, but we're going to do it in a convenient way. We're going to do a little chart like this. This is what you're going to see probably in a science class. So 45 dogs was my starting point. Then I go up here and I say, okay, well, do I see any way to get dogs equal to pigs? Is there any conversion factor with dogs and pigs? Here's dogs and cats. Here's dogs and pigs. Okay, so we're going to use this one, dogs and pigs. We have to multiply by the number 1. We're going to use the number 1 right here, the number 1. But we have to be very careful how we do it. We know that 4 pigs and 5 dogs are equivalent to each other with this barter system. But we want to multiply in such a way so that our units cancel. Okay, so let me show you 2 different ways to do this. And remember, these little bars, this just means I'm multiplying, okay? So the first way I'm going to do it is put 4 pigs is mathematically equivalent to 5 dogs. The other option is to say, well, that's 5 dogs are the same as 4 pigs. Okay, so those are equivalent to each other, so I'm multiplying by the number 1. So this is the number 1, and this is the number 1. Okay, so I'm allowed to do that. I have not changed my expression. But which one is the way we want to do it? Well, we want to eventually get new units, and we want that to be pigs. So think about if you have 45 dogs over 1, and you multiply by 4 pigs over 5 dogs. This is a different way of writing it with parentheses. That's what these little lines mean, okay? If you do this, you say, well, okay, well, I have dogs as the units in the numerator and dogs as the units in the denominator. So the dogs will cancel. So your new units will be pigs. So that's what we want. If you look here at the bottom one, you have dogs times dogs. That's dogs squared divided by pigs. The units here will be dogs squared over pigs. That's not the units we want. So here our new units will be pigs. So how do you do this? The way you use this chart is you multiply across and then divide. So 45 times 4 and then divide by 5. So anything that's on the top row, multiply, 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 and then divide, 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 divide if it's on the bottom. So 45 times 4 divided by 5, type that in your calculator. And you should get 36. This is equal to 36 pigs. So if you were in this civilization and you had 45 dogs, you could trade that for 36 pigs. Let's try another one. And again, this is silly on purpose so you don't get bogged down in the units. How many horses can you buy with 36 pigs? So we're always going to start with the number they've given us, 36 pigs. Okay, I'm going to draw this line. That's going to help me do my multiplication. So you look for pigs. You start here and say, okay, what things mention pigs? Okay, so I'm going to this one mentions pigs, this one mentions pigs, and this one mentions pigs. Okay, do any of those that I've put little check marks, do any of those go straight to horses? Nope, I have dogs, sheep, and cows. Nope. Okay, so somehow I have to get from pigs to horses. So let's look. What piece is given with horses? Well, the only conversion I see that has horses in it is equal to, 1 horse is equal to 2 cows. Okay, so that means I want to use this conversion because I can go from pigs to cows and then cows to horses. Okay, so I know 1 cow is equal to 4 pigs. So I could put 1 cow on top and 4 pigs on bottom, or I can flip it. 4 pigs could be the numerator and 1 cow could be the denominator. Well, which one do we want here? 1 cow, 4 pigs. We want pigs to be in the denominator, so the units will cancel. So that means 4 pigs has to go down here and 1 cow has to go up here. That way when we multiply it, pigs still in the numerator cancel with pigs in the denominator. The new units are cows. The new units of this step, cows. Okay, so now we have cows. And then from cows, we're going to go to horses. So we know 1 horse is equal to 2 cows. 2 cows is equal to 1 horse. Or so you can go backwards and forwards. So we want cow in the denominator. So 2 cows, 1 horse. The reason we're doing that is so the units of cows will cancel. And so you look at this step, the new units here are horses. Then we multiply 36 times 1 times 1. Divide by 4, divide by 2. And we get 4.5 horses. So if you had 36 pigs, you could buy 4 horses. You could buy something else with the other half of a horse, right? So 0.5 horses. Well, you see that we have 1 horse equals 2 cows, so let's do that. So 1 horse is equal to 2 cows. If you look at your units, horses would cancel, horses would cancel. You could buy a cow, right? So you could buy 4.5 horses, which doesn't make sense. But you could buy 4 horses and 1 cow if you wanted to use exact change. Let's try another one. How many pigs can you buy with 180 frogs? So I'm going to erase some of this so I can start over. How many pigs can you buy with 180 frogs? We're going to start off with the number that's given to us, 180 frogs. And so we look up here, where do we see frogs? Okay, there's only 1 piece that has frogs in it, right? And we want pigs. So I'm going to put little check marks above the things that have pigs. This has pigs, this has pigs, and this has pigs. So I need to go from frogs to pigs. Okay. So frogs goes to cats. That's the only choice I have. So let me use that one next. 1 cat is equal to 6 frogs. So 6 frogs is equal to 1 cat, right? I can put either one in the numerator and the other piece in the denominator, but I want frogs in the denominator so the units will cancel. So 6 frogs has to go on the bottom and 1 cat goes on the top. So numerator is cat, denominator is 6 frogs. That way frogs in the numerator cancel with frogs here in the denominator. So at this step right here, new units here are cats. Okay, so now I'm looking at cats. So which of these, I eventually want to get to pigs, can I go straight from pigs to cats? No, there's pigs and cows, pigs and sheep, pigs and dogs. How do I go from cats to pigs? Okay, well, I have cow, sheep, and dogs. Is cats equal to any of those? Because I have cats right now, right? So notice this is the only thing that says cats. If I change cats to dogs, then I can go from dogs to pigs. Well, 3 cats is the same as 2 dogs. I'm using this right here. 1 cat, 6 frogs was right here. Does that make sense? Okay, so cats in the numerator. Cancel with these cats in the denominator. Here, the new units are in terms of dogs. Okay, So I need to keep converting because I need pigs. So now I know that 4 pigs is the same as 5 dogs. Okay. 4 pigs is the same as 5 dogs. I'm going to put that right here. Which one goes in the denominator? I have dogs here in the numerator, so I need dogs in the denominator. So 5 dogs is the same as 4 pigs. Dogs in the numerator cancel with this dogs in the denominator. What are the new units? Pigs. Isn't that what I was trying to find? Okay, so now we're going to multiply 180 times 1 times 2 times 4. Divided by 6, divided by 3, divided by 5. Okay, type that in your calculator. And looks like we get 16 pigs. Okay, let's try another one. How many sheep can you buy with 12 cows? Okay, so we're going to start off with 12 cows. We eventually want sheep. Okay, so I'm going to erase this so that I can start over. Okay, so we are given cows and we want to go to sheep. So we're given cows. Here's cows and here's cows. Neither of those go directly to sheep. 1 cow is equal to 4 pigs and 1 horse is equal to 2 cows. Where are we given with sheep? So here's something with sheep. I know sheep in terms of pigs, right? So I'm going to use these combinations. I have 12 cows. I know 1 cow is the same as 4 pigs. So cows go on the bottom. 1 cow can be traded for 4 pigs. Cows cancel, cows cancel. What are the new units here? At this step, the new units are pigs. 4 sheep is equal to 3 pigs. 8 pigs, 4 sheep. Pigs in the numerator cancel with pigs in the denominator. New units are sheep. And I wanted sheep, so now we're done. We'll multiply 12 times 4 times 4 and divide by 3. Looks like we get 64 sheep.